Hello, guys. Welcome back to another week of Mad Lads podcast. And over here, I got an AC Milan fan, temporary on loan AC Milan fan. Will you introduce yourself?
Um, I don't want to, man. I'm so sad. I can't even say something.
We got Nobin over here, not Mobin. Mobin's out on vacation. We got Nobin over here, and we got a new guest over here taking place. Alex Noble.
Hello,
What's your name?
my name is Ji Hun Kim,
Who do you support?
and I'm a Bayern fan.
Who's your favorite player?
Philip Lahm.
Jeez, we got Bundesliga representative over here, and we're gonna be talking about the Prem games that happened this weekend. How did you guys like the weekend?
It was fun. It was a fun weekend. A lot of unexpected results. To be honest, it was pretty chill.
I think Mobin was a little depressed this weekend, but
Oh,
Nobin
for sure.
over here is looking happy.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
AC Milan, AC Milan won, didn't they? Didn't they win their game? Yeah, they won. Yeah.
Man, fucking, I don't know, Sandro Tonali maybe something like that. I don't know.
So we'll start off with the first game that happened: Aston Villa and Everton. What were your
Yeah.
thoughts on the game, boys?
Honestly, it's just like Aston Villa just did what they had to do. They got the points that they needed. I think Everton gave a good chance, but it wasn't just there ultimately.
I think it was expected. I don't think anyone's expecting Everton to beat the past Everton right now.
Yeah, honestly, I mean they defended really well against Chelsea in the first week. They only let in one goal, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
they're like again their offense is just lacking. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like we've been saying it, their defense is not the best, but they somehow pulled it off. It's just Chelsea in general. Their attack wasn't that great that
Yeah.
first game.
I don't even think it was that. I think Godfrey and Yerry Mina had actually a good game that week.
They had a good game, but also Chelsea's like attacking.
If you look
the
at
best.
Chelsea right now, even against Spurs, none of their attackers scored. It was
Yeah,
all
their-
defenders.
their fullbacks do all the goal
It was
scoring assists for
Koulibaly
them.
and Reece James who scored the goals.
Yeah, and I mean Sterling like is dangerous, obviously like
Yeah.
that, but he's their only goal scorer up front.
Yeah.
Like Havertz isn't a goal scorer, Mount
Mhm.
isn't a goal scorer like
Mhm.
that. He'll pitch in like what, like 5-6 goals a year, something
Yeah.
like that. Sterling's the one who gets like 20 goals, like 15 goals at least a year.
Mhm.
But I mean, this week Everton, like it's the same old issues, man. Their defense isn't the best. Godfrey got injured too, so he couldn't play this
Yeah.
game,
Mhm.
which is a big loss for them. But it's just the same old stuff with Everton all the time, man.
No, absolutely. Like last week, I said Everton could have a good chance of doing what they to get a point because they were actually showing like some offense last week, but I don't know, man. This week it was a bit shaky.
So they drew. I mean, no, they didn't draw. They
They
won.
won
Villa won 2-1.
Villa won 2-1, yeah.
My prediction was. What was my prediction
You
for
wanna
last
do it
week?
right now? You want to do it later?
Okay, we can do it later. It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
matter.
We'll do it later.
So yeah. So moving on to the next game.
Arsenal Leicester.
Arsenal Leicester. What a performance by Gabby Jesus.
Oh man, Jesus. I mean, this is a time I have to say like I've been wrong for calling Gabriel Jesus overrated. I mean, there's still games that he could I could be right, but right now he's showing that he's actually class,
Mhm.
and it was amazing, man. Like
That first goal he scored, man,
was
was
insane.
dirty,
it was
bro.
insane. No, like
Yo, he's doing so well. Was it 2 goals, 2 assists?
yeah, 2
right?
goals, 2 assists,
That's
man. That was
crazy,
fucked.
man.
No, it honestly showed right now how big of a boost Gabriel Jesus was, and
easily.
how you've been saying 45 million was a bargain, and he's showing it right now.
You think he was the victim of Pep Guardiola's playing style?
Absolutely. No, not even that. I just think that Pep Guardiola just didn't like him like that. And we all seen the potential from when he was young, but ever since Guardiola didn't use them as much as he did with what's it called, Aguero, and then last season he didn't use him when he needed that number 9 striker. So it's you would think that there's something wrong with him, but then you have to see maybe Guardiola isn't as good of a manager we think. Maybe his man management has a little bit of lacking in it.
No,
I personally think it's whenever Guardiola gets any creative players, it doesn't really suit his tactical aspect. When he's demanding for discipline, he's requesting passes, teamwork, but players like Gabriel Jesus, who's trying to be more creative, does all the skill moves, free roam. I don't think it really fits his style.
This is the thing is I don't know, that last year he just didn't really have full faith in him
Mhm.
to go all the way and play every game, start every game, whereas because before that it was Aguero who was playing every single game for him.
Yeah.
And then he had all of his other guys on the wings like Foden, Bernardo Silva, all these guys who were still playing 15, 20 games a year at least.
Mm-hmm.
and then he decided to start those guys ahead of him into center forward
Yep.
instead of Jesus, who hasn't been playing. And then he started Jesus on the wing. It was like top assister at one point
Yeah.
in the league when he had him over there. But it just doesn't work when he has like those players who are like ball dominant players. Like he already has one in Kevin De Bruyne,
Yeah.
who's the best player in the world in my opinion at the moment.
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
And Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish even right now isn't working the best because
Yeah.
he's the kind of player who who needs the ball on his feet a lot to win fouls, all that stuff. But yeah, man, Jesus now, crazy performance by him.
Yeah.
Leicester, they need to sign some players, man. They're probably gonna lose Fofana and Tielemans soon as well.
And Vardy's old.
Yeah, Vardy's probably leaving. Honestly, he's rumored to go to Man United
Yeah.
too. Schmeichel's already gone. They need
Yeah.
a goalie. But yeah, good performance by Arsenal, man.
Isn't Ndidi also linked to another club?
No, Ndidi's staying. I'm pretty sure.
Ndidi's.
Yeah, I think Ndidi's staying.
Oh.
And moving on to the next game. What was the next game that happened right
Next
after
game
that?
was Brighton versus Newcastle.
Brighton versus Newcastle. What was the result for
It
that?
ended it with a 0-0.
0-0.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't watch this game. I was watching the.
I
other
didn't
game
watch it
instead.
either.
But I mean, Brighton's so good defensively. Like
Yeah.
I think they're defensively solid because they play the back five. Sanchez is a good keeper as well too.
Yeah.
The loss of Bissouma and Cucurella really hasn't been that bad for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'll damage them further along in the season. But as of now, like I'm surprised Newcastle didn't score at least one goal. They're not looking the best honestly either after the break.
I don't know, because I really view that they're both defensively well, because Newcastle brought in good players to like fix up their defense. Like they got Bobman. I'm not sure if they started him, but they realized that they need the boost in the defense, and Trippier and Target,
Nick Pope and that.
Nick Pope, like they've been really putting a good gear.
Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah, they've been putting good gears defensively. So it was the matter of like who's gonna be able to break that defense the first. And unfortunately, both did very well defensively, and they got a 0-0 draw.
I think Brighton just suffered against a good club because they faced an easy club last week.
Yeah,
Easy
they
win.
played that easy target the first game.
They got a
opener.
team
Yeah,
scoring
Robin
own
out
goals.
there's probably crying right now.
Yeah, Movin's crying. Bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
Next game we got.
Next game we had Man City versus Bournemouth.
expected.
Yeah, we all
Always.
expected it to be like 3-4-0. I
Yeah.
think we all predicted 4 or 5-0.
Yeah,
Honestly,
something like
predicted
that.
more. Holland, lack of goals, but he got an assist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
KDB, what a player he
No,
is.
of
Man.
course.
That goal he scored was disgusting.
No, absolutely. KDB is definitely going to be going down as Hall of Fame in the Premier
I
League.
think unless Man City suffers against top 6 teams in the Premier League, I think they're gonna win it again.
I think
No,
they're gonna win.
It has to be like.
I don't think they barely lose to any weaker teams. Like other than top 6, I've never seen them.
They lost to Crystal Palace last year. I
Yeah,
think.
and that was like really unexpected.
They lost one and they tied one to Palace.
No,
Mhm.
it's unexpected for them because of the quality of the team they have, and it's just the amount of they spend compared to the other teams. But it's sometimes like it's the Premier League. Everyone is able to beat everyone, so you always have to be on your 100% no matter what the game is. Like right now, there's a certain manager out there who thought like he's still in the Eredivisie, so he's having a hard time adapting to the
Yeah,
league.
100% every week.
We have to check on Mobin, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mobin's
where is
the
that
best.
guy anyways?
I'll
Like,
call him after this
Yeah,
podcast.
but no, honestly, Man City, like, people are talking about always like they have lack of depth and everything because they lost Sterling, they lost Zinchenko, they lost Jesus,
Mhm.
but you guys are forgetting that they brought in Holland, they brought in Nunez, they brought in
Phillips,
Calvin Phillips, they
yep.
just got Sergio Gomez too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now
Alvarez.
they have Alvarez, I mentioned,
Yeah.
but and now they have 5 subs, so now they're just bringing on 5 starting quality players.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like Calvin Phillips coming on for Rodri. Fucking, what's it called? Alvarez coming on for anybody on the wing. Probably a left wing or
But he's
striker.
he's been replacing Holland right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying he could play a left wing as well,
Okay,
too.
yeah, yeah.
I think Man City getting rid of some of their key players are actually going to benefit them in Champions League. Because in Champions League, you need a definite starting 11.
Yeah,
But
that's a
Man
good point.
City, we couldn't, like last year or year before, we couldn't really pick Man City players in, Fantasy Champions League. Because sometimes, like, we thought Sterling was going to start, but he's getting benched, not getting play minutes. But in Champions League, I feel like you need that definite starting 11 in order to show the color of your team.
I think really that's the reason why he let Sterling go, is because in the Champions League he hasn't been doing that well. Riyad Mahrez has really been their performer in the Champions League when it comes. He always comes out big in the semifinals, even the finals sometimes. We got shut down against Chilwell, but still.
Do you think Man City should give up give up Premier League in order to win Champions League?
Their fans will die for the Champions League.
Yeah.
They would rather lose the Prem, finish top 4, doesn't matter where, and win the Champions League.
Bro, it doesn't even matter where they finish. As long as they win the Champions League, they don't care.
As
long as they don't get
want
relegated.
That. They want that. That and PSG too. PSG wants that so bad.
Yeah.
Those two teams, they'll die for that.
Yeah, that's absolutely. But I don't know. Sterling, I think he left because, I don't know.
He had a
he had a
fallout
fallout. But
obviously.
also, he's been recently playing left wing when he's a right winger at heart. So, I don't know. It's
He
gonna
plays
be,
left too for Chelsea now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because Pep Guardiola moved him to the left side.
He's realistically playing in the striker position when he plays for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next game.
Next game, who do we got?
We got Southampton versus Leeds.
Game Noble was that. Alex was
Yeah.
there. And 2-0, Leeds were up.
Yeah.
Alex was celebrating. The beers were out. I think he took off his shirt too at one
Jeez.
point.
Wow.
And they fucking fluffed their lines.
Yeah. No, I'm surprised how Southampton made a comeback, man.
I'm surprised too, man. Southampton, I had them to be relegating. I'm pretty sure I had them
Yeah.
in relegation.
I think we all had it.
And they somehow tied Leeds. Even Leeds, I think I had in the bottom,
Yeah.
bottom half, the bottom quarter of the league.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, these two teams are surprising me. Aronson again, another great performance
Yeah.
by him.
No,
I
absolutely.
really like that guy. Rodrigo, 2 goals.
Yeah.
Southampton just shit, man. I don't know how
No,
they got
man.
the 2 goals.
Every week that it goes by, I cannot stop thinking how Aronson's gonna rip apart that Iran defense, man.
Aronson,
It's gonna be sad to watch that.
bro, everybody's getting so excited that Iran's gonna beat USA. All this stuff.
I don't think it's
the
happening.
sanctions are getting lifted. All of this, none of that's happening, man. We're getting smoked. There's gonna be 10 times more sanctions.
No, man.
We're getting
It's
fucked, man.
fucked. It's actually sad to see how Iran's not improving at all.
What were your thoughts, G, on the game?
On the game, honestly, for me, it was, I think, Kyle Walker-Peters. He's the one who equalized the game, right?
Yeah.
And I truly do believe he'll play in the big team in the future because he's
Damn.
still young. He's still 22, 23. And he was at Spurs, didn't get any starting lineups, so he left for Southampton. But I feel like he's really performing in Southampton. So I think next transfer market.
Southampton.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you think about it, it makes sense because who they have on the fucking Livermento. They have Livermento on the right, and what's it, Kyle Walker-Peters. They kind of complement each other. So
They brought in some good players, honestly. They brought in all these young, academy players from big teams that are ready for first team football, but none of them are going to realistically play in those teams because their teams are loaded. They brought that Man City was a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
They brought another City guy too. I forgot.
yeah, they brought a few players, but obviously you could definitely say they're not going to be starting anytime soon.
No, but they're gonna get minutes. So
They're gonna get minutes, but what's the point of because you have to look at what Crystal Palace is doing. Crystal Palace is doing the same thing, but they're actually getting players that would start. They got Conor Gallagher from Chelsea, and he started almost all games.
yeah, but no one really knew about Conor Gallagher until he started playing. For
No,
Crystal
I'm
Palace.
not saying they should sign known players. I'm just saying if you're signing a player, you should be expect signing them to improve your team. When your team is not the best right now, and a lot of people are saying that you guys gonna be relegating, you have to say to yourself, okay, I'm gonna have to sign a few players that is gonna be improving my side. And then I'm saying young players, I'm saying players that want experience, that need experience to improve, and then you're putting them on the bench. It makes no sense.
But I think they're gonna eventually start playing. You have to ease them in. You can't just put them in right away. Conor Gallagher was just like one out of what is it called again? The one needle in the hay.
Yeah,
sack
needle
or
in the
something.
haystack. Yeah.
Something like that. It's just one of those. It's really rare, but they're gonna get eased in. They're gonna play. I think they're gonna stay up this year. Now that I'm
Really?
watching them play, honestly, I think they will.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Next up, we have Wolves versus Fulham. Thoughts on that? You guys think Mitrovic is still gonna get Golden Boot?
No,
No.
definitely not.
No.
Mitrovic. To be fair, he's looking better this year compared to
Yeah.
every other. He looks slimmer. He looks more mobile, and
Yeah.
he looks more dangerous in front of goal. But still, I don't believe he's gonna get more than eight goals.
I say 12.
I don't
he
even
can get
think
12
8 goals, man. Honestly.
I mean, he has more goals than Ronaldo right now, so respect.
Ronaldo doesn't play barely. He played one game.
I started watching more Wolves game because of that Korean guy in there.
Hwang Hee-chan?
Hwang
Yeah,
Hee-chan,
the
bro.
Hwang
one who
Hee-chan?
crossed over Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Got
No,
his 5-minute fame.
Wang Hee-chan actually is coming up pretty nice.
Pedro Neto is coming up nice
Yeah.
too. My boy is coming back.
No, like right now, Wolves have a really they're not underrated, but gonna be underestimated if anything.
I
Got
think that
Wang
Wolves
Hee-chan,
squad could
the
definitely
Guedes.
beat Manchester United.
Well, I mean, everyone right now could beat Man United. That's not the point here.
We're talking
It's a matter of,
Nobin,
like-
not Mogan.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry, my bad.
But like right now, Wolves just need to like figure out how they're gonna line up their defense. Buy a few more center backs because right now they don't have Roman Saiz.
Mhm.
He was their main goal scorer on the set pieces. They don't have Connor Cody. He was their captain.
Mhm.
And
Playing center back.
yeah, ball playing center back. And I don't know where Willy Bolly is. I think he's in the bench right now. They've been playing 4-back recently, which you could say like it's Bruno Lage's like tactic, but it's not. It's not something that it suits Wolves because they have They have wing backs in their team like Nelson Semedo and Ait Nouri. They're much better on the wing backs rather
They
than
also
the fullbacks.
they also really need to figure out their goal scorer because they don't really have a goal scorer on
Yeah,
their
Mhm.
team.
no, absolutely.
Like Podence is good and all that. Pedro Neto's not a goal scorer right
Yeah.
now. He's like more. He creates chances
Yeah.
than that more than goal scorer. But they got Gonzalo Guedes,
Yeah.
who is still in my opinion not a goal scorer, but he'll still get like
No,
I think
absolutely.
around 9 goals.
I think that's what they're trying to get out of like what's called Juan
They're probably gonna
Chan.
play what's it called? I think they might play Gonzalo Guedes up top. Honestly,
Maybe, but I don't know. I just think that right now, I think if you're gonna drop someone between Hwang Hee-chan and Podence, it's gonna be Podence, because Guedes is much more efficient on the right wing. So if you just bring out like what's it called, Podence out, they're gonna be more efficient on the right, and then Hwang Hee-chan's gonna have much more chance for him to finish,
Mhm.
Oh,
because
yeah.
that's what they brought him in for. They brought him in to replace Jimenez, and right now he has what's it called? They pushed him into the starting lineup because of the horrible injury that Jimenez had.
Yeah.
So right now, but he did very nice. But he's doing really nice. I just think that he needs a little bit more time to actually get his game in.
no, he's gonna do well. I think he's a good player. Maybe not at Wolves,
Yeah.
but later on in his career he's gonna do well. I
Yeah.
like him. He's a good
Yeah,
player.
same. Next up, we got Brentford versus Manchester United.
This is the one I've been waiting for.
Oh, Ji Hun's been scratching every part of his body waiting for this moment. So,
Alright,
4-0.
let him start up. Let him
no.
just-
Let's hear what the Man United fan has to
Man
say.
United
Mobin,
fan?
this is Mobin, by the way. It's not Mobin. This is
Bro,
Mobin. His cover's been
we
blown.
got you guys. We
Look
got
at,
you
look at
guys.
his
Look
blanket behind him. Come on, show that pride, bro. Bring it out, bro.
Hey man, United till I
Sure.
die, but like I gotta like put this in the archives for a bit.
This is so sad watching this right now.
Look at this, the Man U blanket.
This is
I'm not gonna show
horrendous.
all of it because we're half a club right now, if anything.
This is so bad. So, what were your thoughts on the game, Mobin?
The thoughts on the game. It's just obvious that right now there's a lot wrong. So let's just start off from the offense. Ronaldo needs to leave. I'm sorry, I love Cristiano Ronaldo, but he's just not that guy anymore, and we're paying a lot of wages. Defense, I don't know, man. Like you have to, I legit forgot everything I watched from that game. I legit deleted from my mind.
So, we'll start off with the first goal. So, it was
First goal. Who-
McTominay turnover, I think?
No, McTominay didn't
McTominay
start.
turnover. It was,
It was a De Gea goalkeeping fault.
Oh,
De
why
Gea,
did you
yeah.
remind me? Fuck, I just remember everything now.
Yeah, De Gea.
I
uh,
watched
De Gea has to
goal.
leave.
I
I'm
watched
sorry,
the
I
game
said it
in
last week.
detail. I rewatched
Okay,
it the
no,
whole half.
No, like the thing is, like it's just De Gea. It's been coming for a while now. Like a lot of people have been saying, like De Gea's on the downfall. I personally am a big fan of David De Gea. I have his pub Funko right there. I'm a huge fan of that guy. But hey, man, yeah, no,
Bro,
I
he's
love.
stuck there. Look at him. Just
He's
like
stuck. He's
Yeah,
not leaving with
that
those
Un-
wages.
that
too,
United
especially.
Stadium is better than the one in real life.
Bro, his fate could have been changed if that fax machine worked.
Bro, maybe you never know.
Mobin, personally, I personally think David De Gea is still top class.
No,
as,
no.
as a goalkeeper. but
No,
I-
absolutely no.
I think
it's
the
just like-
issue here is he can't trust his defenders.
It's not that.
It's not
Like
just that, bro.
no,
if
no,
you look
no,
at
no,
the
no.
second goal,
Gee, the
the
thing is,
way
like-
he
okay.
just loses it, like
That
you
was-
he shouldn't make that.
That
pass.
was just a horrible. Yeah,
Eriksen.
that's a horrible decision. Like he should have kicked it long. That's not even an issue.
He
of
had De
trusting-
Gea on the right. and
No, no, no. He had. He was.
No,
he
he had
has
Maguire
Maguire
on
and
the
Lindelof,
right.
Maguire and Martinez on the right
Yeah.
and left. But that's not the issue that De Gea had. He just like wanted to pass it forward because it looked like, at this point you could see like, maybe he thinks like Eriksen's open, he could pass it to him, but he should have known that Brentford are a pressing team. They're gonna press the living shit out of you once you get the ball. And then Eriksen is like, you don't want to pass it to him in that situation in his own half, in your own half.
Do you think it's the manager's instructions?
It's
to
the
build from
manager's
the back?
instructions, but he doesn't have anyone else that he could put in other than De Gea. Like, Dean Henderson legit he left way too early because he was worried that like it's gonna be like last year. I'm gonna be stuck in this club again. I was promised to play games, but I didn't start play games. First goal, obviously, like, what the fuck was that? He should have done better. Second goal, third goal. Who scored the third goal? I forgot.
Third goal, it was off.
The header off the
Header.
corner.
Header off the corner. Okay, yeah. This is where Martinez's midgetness really came into hand for that goal.
I don't get how you guys played the smallest lineup against one of the biggest, tallest team in Premier League.
Look, it's a lot of things combined to each other. In my opinion, it's the matter of fact that like Ten Hag actually didn't learn his lesson from Brighton. He still thought it was like a fluke like result from them. Right now, he's like, oh shit, this Premier League stuff is real. Like, I have to actually pay attention. He's gonna get another rude awakening next game against Liverpool. And so I think
Relegation battle.
honestly, after the Liverpool game, I think he's actually gonna get somewhat get his shit together.
Let's say if Man U ends up actually losing 5 games in a row.
Okay.
Do you think he's gonna get sacked?
I don't think he should get sacked, but I think he should walk away.
So
I
you
generally
want?
think
Well, how would that fix Man United issue?
That would not fix Man United in any way. I'm not saying it as a way to fix Man United. I'm just saying as a way that like Erik ten Hag deserves a lot more better. I genuinely think he's a really good manager, and if he walks away, I would not blame him. I would generally not blame him. Like, the club is rotten from the top, and it's like spoiling it to the bottom.
I think Erik ten Hag should succeed in order to revive Manchester United. Because if you look at Manchester United after Fergie, they've been hiring all the top class managers, except for like Ole or like who else? Like Moyes. I mean, Moyes was still,
I
considered one of the, like the rising
He
managers.
was the chosen one.
Yeah.
Before you continue, I'm just gonna say like Ole was probably our best manager post Fergie.
I think Jose, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
they won your trophy.
We're not debating who's
Yeah,
the
I'm just
better
saying
manager.
like you said like Ole wasn't a good manager, but generally
Oh, I
did
didn't say
a
he
lot.
was a good manager. I'm
No, he
saying
said
but
that he
like-
wasn't a top manager.
it was like a
I
top
think-
manager. Look at Van Gaal. You have Mourinho. Then you had the Moyes, who was chosen by
Like,
Fergie.
he's saying like in terms of status.
like
He was a nobody, Ole, before he signed. No, he was
But
like a Man
he
United
became
legend.
a top manager.
No,
Like
I'm
he
not
not
talking
became,
about
no, he didn't
manager,
become a top manager,
I'm
but he
talking
became
about
very
Man U's
recognized.
ability to pull managers.
It's not even that. It's not about pulling. It's about like not having people that know about football. Like, you have Ed Woodward that has no knowledge. We had Ed Woodward.
moment, yeah,
That
that's-
had no knowledge about the game at all. We have Glazers that all they see is cash. Right now, there's rumors out there that they don't want to sell Ronaldo because they really think he's like the one that bringing in a lot of money, even though he's probably like make us lose more than we're making. And they're just like, it's just the Glazers that are massively at fault. It has to be their way or nothing's ever gonna happen. And they've been taking money out of the club. The debt hasn't like changed. Like, the amount of debt we are in is almost identical to the time that they bought us. There's a lot of like cons rather than positives. Shut the fuck up, Bixby. But yeah.
I'm saying they tried everything they can. You can't say the Glazers and Ed Woodward didn't try anything.
It's
They're
not-
bringing in top managers.
Let me break it down. Let me break it down. Okay. We'll start with the top. Okay.
Okay.
With the Glazers and all them man up there. Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys, the coaches aren't getting funded as well as they should be for a club
Yeah.
as Man United.
Yeah.
They have been bringing in a lot of top class managers, and Jose Mourinho, who's arguably best manager of all time.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best, yeah.
David Moyes, who had a great season with Everton.
Yep.
Louis Van Gaal, who was brought in as well too.
After World Cup 2.
Yeah, Louis Van Gaal after the World Cup, which he did really well with Netherlands.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They brought in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well too,
Yeah.
and they brought in Ralph Ragnick
Yeah.
Yeah.
on a temporary. They had Michael Carrick too on a temporary, who was probably had your best results
Yeah.
under him.
Yeah.
And now you have Erik ten Hag. Okay.
Yeah.
So you brought in all these players, all these managers. At what point are you guys gonna say it's not the managers, it's the players? Marcus Rashford has
No,
not
no.
had a great season for
No.
a very, very long time. He had one good year under Ole. That's
Yeah.
it.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, the players are at fault as well. I'm not saying it's all Glazers, but you have to think to yourself, like, why are the players acting like this? I generally, like, said in the group chat, I said, like, it all started from the Jose Pogba moment where, you know, Jose put himself in that scenario where he forced Glazers to sack him. Like, they were not gonna sack. It's a lot easier to get rid of a manager than to get rid of a player. That's to begin with. But when you are talking about a player in the stature of Paul Pogba at that time, it was super obvious that, you know, Jose had to be the one leaving. And then when you see like a manager of the stature of Jose Mourinho got sacked by the club in order to protect the player, then you have to think to yourself, wait a minute, do I have invincibility in this situation? Can I manipulate the club right now? And they did it time after time. Right now, it came Ole. They did amazing under Ole the first few games, first few seasons, and then at the last season that Ole was there, they got tired because Ole wanted them to work harder, and then they were like, why do we need to work harder?
If you want me to be honest, I think the signing of Ronaldo really ruined Ole's career.
No,
Because
absolutely. I would say that as well.
That wasn't a Ole signing. That
Absolutely.
it was a pressure signing because they saw that he was gonna go to Man City. He was rumored all that bullshit of Fergie calling him on the phone. Whatever. That's bullshit. In my
It was
opinion.
a pressure signing, and the fact
Yeah.
that like it brought Glazers money.
Moment. I wanted to talk about this topic with you today, and I'm just gonna say right now, since we're already talking about Manchester United, I think the actual problem with players in Manchester United is that you guys need like the sporting director. You guys need someone who can pull players without, you know, thinking of managers. Like if you look at all the successful teams, it suits the club philosophy.
Yeah.
You guys are just buying players the new managers are requesting.
What happened
for.
to Ralph? What happened to
Okay,
Rangnick?
so Ranić, there was a few issues with Ranić. So he came to the club, he was told that he was going to be a consultant, and then later on you see like this guy's taking a Poland job. Poland?
I don't know.
He took an international job.
It
I
was,
think it was
yeah,
Poland.
it was like Poland or
No,
Denmark.
no.
It was some European team.
Yeah, it was some Eastern European team, if I'm not wrong. So he took the job, and then Austria. It was Austria.
Yeah.
So he took the Austria job, and then so it was said that like it was because of that they like what's it called, they sacked, like they got rid of him because they wanted him to put all his focus on Man United, but that's obviously bullshit. It's because of the fact that like he called up the club so many times. He said like what's it called, oh, the club's that bad, this club is not doing well. He dissed the Glazers, and like, you know, time after time. And then also I think that he used United in a way to get himself the reputation as a manager, and then get the like what's it called, get a permanent role as a manager.
It's another line on his resume, Manchester United.
No, absolutely, because if you look at his resume, he did like his best time was at RB Leipzig. He was in Bundesliga 2, and he got them promoted, and they had the second most expensive team that year. So, and then the next year he came in, he did third, but then after that he did nothing. You know, like he did nothing after that. And then for 5 years he was jobless. He came to United, and then you want me to tell me that the fact that he got the permanent job in Austria after United and thing, I don't see as a coincidence. I think he actually used us, and then they realized that the Glazers realized use us, and they were like, you're dissing us, you use us, why are you here? Get the fuck out.
So it's like the thing I'm saying is, you guys let the manager do the transfer, and I think that's a big problem when you're constantly changing managers every 2 to 3 years, because you're getting mix of Ole style, Mourinho style, Van Gaal style, and what now? Like
Van Gaal is not
Ten Hag style.
I don't think
Like,
any Van Gaal style is still here, to be honest. I don't think any
yeah,
Van Gaal
it's
player
gone.
is still
but
here, other than Luke Shaw.
It was already there, created
Yeah,
problems.
Yeah, but I
No,
don't.
honestly, okay, you want me to be honest? The main problem with you guys right now is you guys don't have a CDM. You guys
Absolutely.
need that CDM. Eric Ten Hag needs to
But
get his fucking finger out of De Jong's asshole, bro.
No.
Stop fucking chasing De Jong. He's been calling De Jong every day. I swear De Jong fucking hangs up the phone every time. We saw he was trying to get Casemiro too, apparently.
no,
90
that
mil.
rumor is that what's it called? That rumor is that like the Glazers made that rumor
Bro.
in order to like to make United fans happy. But I'm like, that's the most stupidest thing I've heard. If that's
I saw
true,
something where Casemiro said he called Ronaldo and Varane and they said not to come. But yeah, you guys really need that CDM. Honestly, bro, I'm being dead ass from the bottom of my heart. Splash the cash for Declan Rice, bro.
no, I don't mind splash. Like if it depends on how
telling
many
you,
players
man.
we're gonna be signing. Ten Hag wants five players.
You can't
so-
get 5 quality players right now to
I don't
challenge
want
for the
5
league.
quality
The thing is,
players.
you guys need to do splash the cash for Declan Rice, pay that 100 mil that that what's his name, Moyes is asking for.
Like last week we talked about like who we want in our team. You said let's bring in Pape Gay, Marcus Llorente, Ivan Toney, Serginho Dest,
Yeah.
and you went with the 5-back. You think that's quality signings in your opinion?
No, those are pretty quality signings.
I don't
honestly.
think they're quality signings.
Ivan Tony's quality. He's
Ivan
proven in
Toney,
the Prem. He's
I don't
scored like
think
what?
he's-
How many goals did he have last year? 13.
Something like that, but I
That's
don't
so
think
good.
like that's good, but he's not like top quality. He's just like
Because he's playing for Brentford right now. If you put him on a team that's like, bro, Brentford before Eriksson came in, he was the one creating. He was the one scoring too. No one else was doing anything.
Mobin, I just have you know how Man City signed Calvin Phillips. I don't know why Man U didn't even consider Calvin Phillips.
Calvin Phillips would have not joined anyways. He's a diehard Leeds fan. He was born and raised in Leeds, and Leeds fans hate United. So there was no way that we could have gone. Even though I love Calvin Phillips.
Or any CDM, honestly.
Look, it's
You guys got even Fabinho. You guys had it, and then Liverpool snatched it last minute.
no. I'm telling you, like it's just a matter of fact that like this club doesn't know any football. Like they don't know they don't know what the club actually needs. They just see it as a commercial club, which is actually turned into one now. Before you could say like United is still not a commercial club, they're still surviving, blah blah blah.
The
But
New
now
York
we're
Knicks.
actually a commercial club. Like it's just like
Van
horrible.
Gaal said it himself.
Man United about to
Van
launch
Gaal said,
OnlyFans.
like when Van Gaal says it, you come at it as a salty way. Like he's still salty about United, but
He should be.
It's facts, though. The UIs are a commercial club.
no,
right
like
now.
I'm not saying it's not facts. I'm just saying like he's just a salty fuck.
No, he's
No,
not. I don't
no,
think
no.
he's
He's a
salty
top
at all.
manager.
That doesn't make it
No,
different.
but if all the top managers are complaining about how the club is running, then it's the club itself that has the problem. You can't blame the managers.
Alright.
They're there to do their job.
Alright, well, you guys want to move on? You still want to talk about United?
Oh, don't worry. We'll come back later.
Come back
4-0
later.
loss they had.
Yeah.
Didn't even react to the game, man. Honestly, 4-0 Brentford just.
There's
smoked
nothing
you
to
guys.
talk about. It was just like shit. Like that they learned what Brighton did. They did what Brighton did, and we didn't learn from the mistake. They improved on what Brighton did, and they won 4-0.
I just want
all.
to say Luke Shaw was actually one of the biggest reasons why they conceded so many goals. I think when
Maybe.
Malaysia came in, instead of Luke Shaw, their defense looked somewhat solid compared to first half. Or maybe it was because Brentford just said it's
It's
enough.
not even just that. Honestly, it was just the goals that they let in. De Gea errors for the first 2 goals.
Yep.
Mhm.
It was terrible for him. Luke Shaw's a quality defender. Honestly, it's just you can't play that well when you have Harry Maguire in the back four.
80 million record signing.
with Lissandro Martinez, the dwarf. in the
Still,
back.
I don't get
And then you have Fred as your CDM. Because all their goals are counter-attack goals, pretty much. Or they got them all off of, like,
Yeah.
dispossessing them in their own half. Like, it's just... I don't get why he plays with 2 8s in Bruno Fernandes and Christian Eriksen, who are luxury players who don't like to do defensive work as much. Bruno likes to defend a little bit, but not as much as, like,
Ericsson was
regular.
striker.
There is a
Ericsson
rumor.
for Brighton, yeah. And then they have Fred as a CDM, who's a center mid. I think Fred's a good player. Personally, in my opinion, Fred's a good player. You put him next to the CDM, when you see him play for Brazil, when he has Casemiro or Fabinho next to him, he plays well.
Mhm.
I think he's a good player. Right now, he's looking shit because he has Harry Maguire behind him. He doesn't have a CDM to protect him. It's looking terrible right now, man.
I
United,
think
man.
Man U brought in Fred to duplicate what Chelsea did with Kante.
No, that's definitely not the reason why we brought him in.
They wanted, what's it called?
City wanted him, and
Yeah.
then we're like, yeah, we want him just because you guys want him.
I swear City's doing a secret job at this point. Just literally.
No, like there's definitely that. Like you can definitely say that. Like United just see like what City are trying to like rumor to buy, and they're like, oh shit, maybe he's worth it, and buy them. Right now, Chelsea is almost doing the same approach. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but Like they've been rumored to like sign almost everyone that we've been looking to sign right now, like De Jong, Casemiro. So it's like you've been like,
Hey man,
okay,
Chelsea,
Chelsea, what the
can't
fuck's
pull
going on?
anyone right now. They're struggling with you guys.
It's not even that.
like they had all the
man.
players.
They got a pool.
They
good
do,
pull.
but like all the players that they were going for before the actual transfer market,
Went
none
to
of
who?
them. Barcelona. Like, look
Fuck
at
you,
it.
Chelsea fans.
Lewandowski, they needed a striker. They were trying to get Lewandowski. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
They were trying to get who? Like, they were trying to keep
Rafinha.
Christensen.
They're trying to
Didn't
get
happen.
Dembele. They're
Yeah.
trying to get
Rafinha,
Koundé.
Dembele, Koundé, and even who is it?
They're trying to get
Kes-
De Jong.
No, not
No,
Kessie.
not Kessie.
De Jong, but it's not gonna work. I don't think.
And we took Christensen.
Yeah.
We're gonna take Aspilicueta.
No, Aspilicueta
And
extended.
Wait, he's saying we're getting Marcus Alonso though.
If we want to talk about Chelsea, how about we just talk about Forest West Ham first, and then
I
head
was
into
so frustrated at this game. Nottingham Forest parked the bus. Fucking, they got that one scrappy goal.
yeah.
Then fucking, oh my god, this pissed me off so much. Ben Rama hit the crossbar like
Yeah.
twice. I think it was Fornazo hit the crossbar as well too.
Yeah.
It was just Skamaka, get that guy out of my club.
No,
I think that
no.
guy is-
You're so overreacting.
And his name is literally Scam. And his name
You're so
He's a
overreacting.
scam.
Look, you're just saying that because like his movement isn't there, but you have to say to yourself, maybe David Moyes wants him there.
No, at the end of the day, Moyes, when he had Mikel Antonio, he
But
was
Mikel
going out
Antonio is more
wide.
mobile.
But that's at the end of the day, we need that. You can't have a which team right now, which top team right now do you see where their right winger stays on the right wing, their left winger stays on the left wing, and their striker stays center all the time? Which team has that?
I think what's it called? What'd you call his name? Arsenal is the closest thing to
No,
that.
they don't. Gabriel Jesus goes on the wing sometimes.
I've
Saka
rarely
goes in
seen
the
Gabriel
middle.
Jesus go on the
Martinelli
wing.
goes into the middle. What do you mean Jesus barely goes on the wing?
I haven't seen that. To be
Jesus
honest.
always goes on the wing.
Yeah,
He
no.
switches with Martinelli most
I
of the
didn't
time.
see it. I see
You
Jesus
don't know,
mostly
you're
on the
watching
middle.
the wrong game.
I legit
yeah,
saw it.
most of the time they're in the middle because that's their position.
Yeah,
you
but
have
he
to
had
be
50
fluid.
minutes. He had
It
50
doesn't matter.
minutes of
His movements was
gameplay.
terrible. His heat map was literally, if this was the field,
I mean, we gotta understand it.
Let's see
He's
if
watching
there's a
Ronaldo do it at Man United, so.
Let's see. Let's see his heat map right now.
whose heat map?
Skamaka.
Okay, moment, but
Okay, what? What happened?
no.
What happened? You gonna
Let's check the
compare
heat
to
map. I want
United?
to see the heat map and then talk.
I want to see if there is a heat map. I don't know. If,
I don't know if there is heat map.
Yeah, no. I think that's like what's it called? Buddha score.
I don't know, but I'm
Yeah.
telling you, he's mainly in the middle. You can't be like that, bro. It's way too predictable. Also, his positioning too in the box is terrible, man. I'm sorry. There's two defenders in the box. Why is he sticking to the defenders? Why don't you drop back a little,
Like Harry
drag
Kane.
the defender, drag the defender, and then make a run? Why do you always have to be in the box, standing in the box? Just move around, man. I don't get it.
I don't know.
Especially if the other team's parking the bus, putting players
Exactly.
inside the
That's what I'm
box.
saying.
You're getting
Crossing
locked
isn't
out.
gonna work, man. You have to start being creative. Go on the wing sometimes. I'm not saying 90% of the game be on the wing. Like 10%, 15% of the game.
The defender can't expect you to, just stay in the box, just go for headers. And it's not like he's really good header or
No,
like.
he's pretty good in the air,
Like,
honestly. But I
but-
don't even 1v1 duels, he's lost every 1v1 duel.
he
so
only
far.
had one 1v1 duel in
yeah,
that game.
and the other one too, he lost another one.
He only
too.
had one.
In the other game, the first game.
Okay, here is his heat map. You can see he's on the wing, striker right there. See?
Where's his position?
Striker.
Wait, it was going that way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
way.
I'm saying in the box, he's always in the middle. You can't be always in the middle. You have to sometimes let other players be in the middle.
I don't know. But I just think that right now it kind of makes sense for him to stay in the, I'm not saying that what he should do.
Obviously, it makes sense. Obviously, he's the target man. He's the target man for a team.
Not even that, like who's going to be in the middle in order to replace him?
Jared Bowen can go in the middle and score some goals for you.
That
Make
means
some
he has
runs.
to go
Drop into the wing. Bowen makes a run in towards the middle. It's a play right there.
maybe.
Man, Mobin, I told you this already.
Yeah.
For a minute and a half to 2 minutes of the game, you have the ball on your feet. The rest
Yeah.
of the game is all about your movement.
Yeah, and then but he had 50 minutes. He got subbed in at 65th minute, and then he had
Well,
75th minute. He was subbed in the 75th minute, and then he had 7 more minutes of at a time, so that's 22 minutes. I'm not gonna judge a player based on like him playing that
But
because
I'm watching him how he plays, how his movement is, and it's bad. His movement is bad.
I would judge him when he plays more games, like more
It doesn't.
apps.
You just need 10 minutes
You
to see
definitely
how a
don't-
player
no.
moves.
But but it's
I'm talking
different.
about his movement. I'm not talking about how he is on the ball.
Okay, no, but listen, I'm not saying like that. I'm saying that as well. When you're a player like Skamaka and you're 1-0 down, your manager's telling you, hey, stay in the middle. We're gonna try send you crosses in, and I just want you to head it in. That's all I want from you, because you're a 6'4" striker. You have good leap, and you have good agility to bring the ball down if you want and take a touch. He could have done that. Like, I'm not gonna say he fucked up that chance where he fucked up his chest
I'm
control.
not talking about the chances.
I'm
man.
just saying, like, right now, like, that's what he came in for. That was his reason. That's why he didn't move around as much, because he was told, I'm guessing he was told to stay there
Even
and
his
just, like,
runs,
do that.
even his runs behind defenders are bad. He
No,
doesn't run
he had
properly.
good runs.
No,
he
he
had
didn't,
one
man.
very good run where he just, like,
One.
was selfish.
That's it.
But he had, like, let's say 2 free chances most.
Listen, it doesn't. I'm not talking about chances. I'm talking about plays. When Bowen has the ball, his runs are bad. When the balls are in the midfield, his runs are bad. Just because the ball doesn't go to him, that doesn't mean his run is good. His run is bad. His run was bad. His runs are bad, man.
No, I have to see more of him in order to make a actual decision.
I'm
But
telling you, he's gonna get like 8 goals, and it's gonna be another Sebastian Haller situation. He's gonna fuck off to the Dutch league and score 48
Alright.
goals. I don't care what he does in that shit league.
all right, let's continue to the team we were talking about. We talked about Chelsea versus Tottenham. We were talking about how they have no pool.
Look at me in the eyes. Shake my hand, bro. Look at me in the eyes, bro. Who are you getting? Who are you guys taking in a fight, Conte or Tuchel?
like physical fight.
Yeah.
Conte.
You think Conte?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Conte.
I don't know, man.
Tuchel is so skinny.
I think Tuchel is length, reach, everything to get him to win, man.
Yeah, but it's like thinking about like this: are you gonna take George Foreman or are you gonna take Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, exactly. So you got Conte, who's like a Mike Tyson build, and then
No.
Tuchel is gonna be like that George Foreman build.
How is Conte Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson, bro.
I think for the Spurs versus Chelsea game, I think we got what we asked for. It
Yeah.
was classic London derby.
It was
You
insane.
got a draw at the bridge.
Yeah.
What
I
more
mean,
can you
Spurs
do?
only won once in recent years. That was with Pochettino.
Dude.
Everyone's thoughts on Anthony Taylor's refereeing?
I thought it was horrible, but since I was on the
Is he a
Spurs side,
fan?
but I did see one clip of Reece James fouling Son 3 times
Yeah,
when
obviously.
Anthony Taylor wasn't looking. Exact same foul. You know the one he got yellow card for?
Okay.
Exact same foul, but Anthony Taylor didn't
No,
look.
Anthony Taylor sucks in my opinion in general.
Yeah.
I think
That-
all English refs suck.
Not all of them. There was I forgot one of the names. The bald guy. What was the bald guy's name?
Mike Dean?
Mike Dean,
Is it Mike Dean?
like the one that had too many
He
red
did
cards.
I don't know if he did a FIFA World Cup.
Oh, I know who you're
The
talking
guy who
about.
did the
Howard
FIFA
Webb?
World
Howard
Cup.
Webb. Howard Webb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides that one game, he was a
Yeah.
decent. He was a decent ref. But what's it called? That Cucurella hair pull.
Yeah, that Cucurella hair pull was hilarious, man.
Romero pulled his hair, yelled at Reece James' face afterwards too.
I personally, from that game, I got 3 points that I want to talk about. Number
Alright.
1, Reece James, top quality,
Yeah, obviously.
always.
Best right back in the world,
Locked
in my
down.
opinion.
I'm a Son fan. Like I love Son. He locked down Son. Like he just followed him around
course.
everywhere. I was surprised to see him playing center back role instead of right back to just man mark Son, and I think he did the job perfectly because he got subbed out 70th minute or ish, and he brought in Richarlison. Conte had to change his formation because of Reece James.
Yeah,
That's
no,
how effective he was in the game.
Reece James can play center back too. He can play CDM. He can play center back. He can play right wing back, right back even too.
And I think number 2, I think Richarlison is it's a definition of perfect signing for Spurs.
I've been saying Richarlison.
Yeah.
Man. Alex here is just an Everton hater. He just thinks he's overrated, probably.
Richarlison brings in more aerial threat, more threat in the box, which Son can't really offer. He's a good player, and I think Perisic, perfect sub or role player who can fill in the role for crossing the box and just doing the dirty work at the left back.
Hardworking.
Yep.
I've been saying, man. I've been saying after 4 weeks, I think Richarlison's gonna start over Kulusevski.
I don't think so.
I didn't see anything from Kulusevski that game.
Yeah, I mean it's hard for him when you're coming up against Chelsea. Any Chelsea game is hard for a forward because of that back five, because of Conte in the middle and
Koulibaly, Thiago Silva.
Yeah, and then what's it called, Kovacic as well too. Like they have like a really defensive team. It's hard for forwards in general. Like even Kane, besides that goal, I don't even think it should have been his goal.
He should have scored that 1v1.
Yeah, he should have scored the 1v1 too. Like it's hard for any forwards, but I wouldn't blame that on Kulusevski. The only reason I'm saying Richarlison because I think Richarlison's a better player in general. That's my opinion. I think he was on a shit Everton team. He was doing really well. He was keeping them up for the past like 3 years. I think he's gonna start over Kulusevski eventually in the future.
If you look at what Richarlison brings to Tottenham, is creativity
And versatility.
If you look at our midfield, there's no creativity. Take a look.
No,
Højbjerg. What are you getting out of him? Bentancur. What are you getting out of him? Harry Winks.
Bissouma.
Skip.
Okay,
Bissouma.
but the thing
You
is,
don't
like,
have any Thiago type of player. Well, I'm not saying
you know,
Richarlison
you guys
is a
don't
Thiago
need that type of player though.
But we
'cause,
do.
Like, I don't think so because you guys are playing a counter-attack ball,
Like-
and then as soon as like Kane or Son or Kulusevski or Richarlison get the ball, it's them free, and maybe like some players coming, like some midfield players coming behind them. So like in case like what Højbjerg did, score that like long-range goal. And then, but it's that's how counterattacking football works. You don't need someone like Paul Scholes.
But
You don't need
Mobin.
someone like a player that could like pinpoint passes. You just need someone that like is able to like be good at one-two passes, get the ball forward as fast as they can, and then create chances between themselves.
I personally disagree with what you just said because think about it. Why did Liverpool go for Thiago when they're playing counter-attacking football? If you want to play counter-attacking
I think
football,
they play a very good possessive game.
No,
Liverpool.
if
Now
you-
they do.
Yeah,
you
with
wanna-
Thiago, they doing it right now.
they drew 2 games because Thiago's out.
Okay,
Their
I'm not
midfield
saying.
is looking sluggish.
I'm not saying
there's no
okay,
player
but
who's
no.
creating space for them.
But right now, they're trying to do the same thing as before. You see what I'm trying to say? They're trying to do the same thing as well. They're trying to play possessive football, and they don't have the player to pinpoint the passes for them.
Exactly.
So, but it's a different style of play. Like when you're looking at Spurs, when you're looking at Chelsea, you don't see Chelsea having a Thiago-like player as well. They have Kante and Jorginho. Why?
Jorginho is one of the best passers in the Premier League.
I mean, they have Kovacic too, who's really creative as
Yeah,
well. too,
but,
in the
you know-
midfield. Underrated, top 3 midfielders in the Prem, in my opinion.
But like I said, they don't have like that what's it called, that absolute player like just pinpoints the ball. You could say just because of like how Mount and like Havertz don't have that pace, maybe they need Jorginho. But when you have super pacey players like Son, like Kulusevski is fast. Kane is not one of the fastest strikers out there, but he's super quick. He
Hear-
could like catch up to Son.
Hear me out. Counter-attacking football can be defended easily if you got players like Reece James or any fast fullbacks just man-marking your counter-attacking players.
Yeah.
Son and Kulusevski I didn't see them at all entire game. First half, Chelsea dominated Spurs. 70% possession. Spurs couldn't even get the ball out of their box. I mean, on their half. Do you know why? They can't connect the passes. Chelsea was crowding midfield so tight. Højbjerg, Bentancur, nothing. The ball couldn't even go to Kane. Not even to Son. Son was defending beside Sessegnon. Like, what is he doing there?
I mean, I think the main reason they brought in Richarlison was because of depth, because he's a very versatile player. Because you guys, if Son gets injured or Kane gets injured, you guys have no one to really bring in that'll keep your squad at the same. Like Lucas Moura's all right, whatever. He's aging though. Bergwijn isn't even like
He's gone.
proven. Is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone. He
He's
went
gone
to
to
Ajax.
PSV or Ajax.
Crazy. He's gone now. So yeah, now they have Richarlison who can play on anywhere in the front 3.
Yeah.
And him, if in case of Kane or what's it called, Son get injured or someone like that, he can come in. But I personally think he's gonna start over Kulusevski soon because he's a quality player. Like you say, he's creative. He's a good goal scorer as well too. Like he brings a lot to the game. But the thing with Spurs, that's different to how Liverpool play because Liverpool, their counterattacks really start with what is it called? What do they call it? Rock and roll football. That's what Klopp calls it.
Hard rock.
Yeah, it starts with their fullbacks. Their fullbacks are the real creators on that team. Thiago is He used to be a problem for Liverpool because he always like slowed down the pace. He liked to keep the tempo, like he liked to control the tempo of the game. But now he's getting used to it. It's getting a lot better for him. But Liverpool, their main success comes from their fullback. Like most of their chances that are created come from those Robertson and Trent.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with Spurs is they don't have any of those guys on the fullbacks either because Emerson that doesn't even look Brazilian. That's it called. Perisic is old. Sessegnon did well.
Yeah.
Perisic can't play 38 games in the Prem, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They don't have any good defensive midfield. They have two DMs playing most of the time, and either Bentancur and Højbjerg. And what's it called? Their main chances come from Harry Kane, who
Son.
creates chances for them. That's mainly the Kane drops in. Like he does this for England as well too, which is annoying because he doesn't need to. He likes to drop in. He likes to look for Son or Kulusevski on making the runs behind and play. That's their kind of counter attacking. Whereas Liverpool, they go through their fullbacks most of the time. It's most of the time they get the ball from Van Dijk, someone like that starts, or Trent. Then they play it to the middle to Thiago or Henderson. Play it back to Trent. Trent looks for a ball in, or he looks for a ball down the line for Salah or something like that. That's the main difference between their counter attacking football.
So speaking of like what's it called, how Liverpool counterattack football is, why could they not do it against Crystal Palace? 1-1 draw.
Their midfield is terrible.
All right, G, any thoughts on the game?
Exact same thoughts.
Okay.
Darwin Núñez had a terrible game, like the stupid.
I think he's still young.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's that South American thing inside him where they like to fight and all that stuff.
And Walker Anderson did very well defensively.
Yeah, he's good. He's
I didn't
good.
get the comparison the Liverpool fans were doing with Núñez and Haaland. One's proven, one's not.
The thing is, Holland is untouchable.
Like,
Núñez is just a goal scorer. That's it.
Like-
Whereas Holland can take the ball forward. He can dribble. He can pass.
Yeah.
He can score goals from anywhere with any part of his body too. Núñez is literally just a goal scorer, but Núñez's movement is a lot better than Holland's movement. I'll give him that though.
Yeah.
But I mean, their lack of depth in the midfield, man. Thiago gets injured, they have nobody to play. Henderson wasn't even there either.
Yeah.
Even right now, their center backs are struggling because Konate and Matip are injured. They had to play Phillips in there. Like it's like this is when people were saying what's it called? Man City had no depth because they lost all these key players.
Yeah.
They brought in depth, whereas Liverpool haven't. They haven't. They lost Mane, which I think is really crucial for them. Really underrated player.
Yep.
For sure.
They just don't have the depth up there anymore. They don't have depth. That's the problem with Liverpool right now. Like they're gonna have to play. They're really relying on their starting 11 staying fit the entire season.
If Robertson or Trent gets injured, I think they'll be in big trouble.
Robertson. I
Not
don't
really.
think
I don't
Robertson.
think so. I think
Not Robertson. They have Simicast. Simicast
not
is
even
class.
even what's it called? Even Trent gets injured. Like it'll be a down. It'll be bad for either of them go down because those are their main creators on the team. But they have Simicast and Joe Gomez who can at least fill in for the roles.
Yeah.
I'm saying their midfield. Thiago gets injured. Who do they bring in? Naby Keita.
No,
Like,
it's bad.
Henderson gets injured. Who goes in? Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Fabinho gets injured. Who comes in? And that's what I'm saying.
Who's
even
that guy?
even up top, like even on the wings.
What guy?
The guy, the youngster.
Oh,
Harvey Elliott?
and
Yeah.
Fabio Carvalho.
Yeah, but they don't have like a DM. They don't have another guy who can play DM like Fabinho does. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like they're missing depth in their what's it called?
Midfield.
Their midfield, and I think honestly, low key, their forwards too, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.